Joe! Joe の野郎。鬼姫が完全にぶっ潰しやがって。
Oh my god. Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host on the Comeback Trail, and today we have Ashita no Joe, episode 57. So great episode last time. Joe has finally, officially made his peace, declared he's coming back to boxing. Just like a weight lifted off my chest, I feel like I can actually, breathe again. We learned a lot of cool things. Nishi has been very busy despite the fact that Joe's been absent. He's on a 2-fight win streak, and he won both of those fights by KO, so that's awesome. He's leaned down, he's taking boxing much more seriously, and I think, we're probably going to get his fight either this episode or, pretty soon, which should be really cool. I wish we could have saw those 2 fights where he won by KO, but, he wins this one, third one by KO, that'd be great too, and, I just love the fact that Joe immediately took note of it, and that kind of, amped him up a little bit. That's something that I thought would definitely bring Joe back, seeing his friend succeed, and it was just something positive for the first time in such a long time. Other than that, it's been a long, difficult road. Joe isn't fully over Rikishi's death, but, he's declared at least enough that he's coming back to boxing, and I'm hoping, this episode is just, focused on training. So I'm really hoping that, the thing that we focus on from here on out is to be more defensive and to learn just a different type of boxing style for Joe. The whole right cross counter thing that, I've harped on it again and again and again, but it is true. It's a very dangerous way to train, and the fact that he's taken so much damage is not something that's conducive to, a long-term career. And I want to see Joe, go on for a very long time. I don't want to see him, get punch drunk or anything like that. I want to see him have a full career, challenge for a world title, and, actually make good on his promise to Rikishi to, honor him by achieving something in boxing, achieving something real and notable, and becoming a legend, becoming a champion, that type of thing. But yeah, I'm very eager to get to this one, so let's just get right to it. Sando Bagani Kao Mega Ake Tatake 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 Ashita wa Hito Ashita wa Alright, good stuff. Sunrise, he's already training.
だからやっぱりいいもんだな。朝早く起きてグローブはめて練習やるってのも。
おっちゃん、ジョーが戻ってきてこの丹下ジムにもまた春が巡ってきましたな。
君のパンチ力がどうなってるか知りたくってね。いや何しろ長いブランクの後だけに再起を決意したと言ってもそのねえ。
A wounded beast. His form doesn't look too bad for being so, not involved in fighting for a minute.
早速で悪いがスパーリングの相手をしてもらおうじゃねえか。
Alright, I've been waiting for this.
さあ西、スパーリングやるのかやらねえのか。俺は非公開のスパーリングということで諦めてもらおうか。
They're not trustworthy, unfortunately. If Joe gets, beamed here, that's what's going to show in the paper. Oh, shit. Damn it. Nishi's way better.
なるほどね。確かに2連続 KO やるだけの力ありそうだ。
He's not playing around.
なんだこれはまるで赤ん坊と大人の差じゃないか。やめろ西。それ以上続けたら情が壊れちまうわ。まだだ。バカ野郎。お前はまだスパーリングのできる体じゃねえ。その辺でやめとけ。いいから黙ってくれ。
無抵抗の相手を疑ってスパーリングになるかい。まるでサンドバッグ売ってるみたいなもんや。
He's really rusty.
頼む西。頼むから撃ってくれ。今までの俺の頭の中にこびりついていたウルフのこと、力士のこと、今この場で洗いざらい吹っ切れてんだい。だから撃ってきてくれと言ってるんだい。頼む、撃ってきてくれ西。頼む。
ジョー、カムバックする決心は本物だったんやな。よっしゃ、行くで。
と吹っ切れたぜ西。
立ち上がって撃ってくるんや、ジョー。
何が向かなくても行くぜ。
Come on. Ice. Fake tie and went low. Here we go. Oh shit. They took a picture of that. It looked like a left to the liver.
言ったで、ジョーのパンチは以前と変わらず大したもんや。
見たかい。
This is awesome.
野生児ジョーは再び立ち上がったんだい。あちこちの自分に連絡して俺とやり合う度胸のある奴がいたらどんどん試合を組んでくれ。そんなことはわしに任しとき。こんやろ、確かにまるきり変わっちゃいねえぜ。
The other gyms might be afraid to have any of their fighters fight Joe. He did, kill Rikishi after all. Wait a minute. Did Nishi get his ribs hurt or something? That was weird.
確かにジョーのパンチは前と変わらへんかった。そうやけど、ジョーは腹しか打ってこんかった。
He's afraid he doesn't have the killer instinct. I'm glad he's not hurt at least. Maybe he thinks as long as he punches to the body, no one is gonna die.
ジョー、わいや今度の試合どないしても勝ちたいのや。そのためにどんな強烈なパンチにもくじけんよう伝えときたいのや。な、この通りや。
If he can't punch with killer intent, it's a weakness that will be exploited. Quick reminder to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also consider signing up for my Patreon. For $1 per month, you get access to all my exclusive reactions, also a guaranteed movie request. With that, let's get right back to the reaction. He's keeping his guard a little bit lower. Oh, that's interesting. That was almost a hand trap. Only attacking one, available pathway like the body is very limiting. And in a real fight, it'll get you into trouble. Don't get me wrong, it's great to attack the body, but you're supposed to be opportunistic. Like, whatever's open is what you attack. Yeah, now he sees it.
それでおっちゃん、ジョーのやつ怖くて人の顔面が打てまへんのや。力石に強烈なテンプルの一撃が食い込んだことが直接彼を死に至らしめる原因となった。その恐れがジョーを無意識のうちにボディ攻撃専門のボクサーにしてしまったんや。いいが、口が裂けてもジョーのことは喋るんじゃねえぞ。野郎は片輪だ。奴は野生児だ。そうだ。理屈じゃねえんだ。わしゃかけてみるぜ、おめえの再起第一戦によ。
That's interesting. Rookie Tanoya Kosuki. Oh, snap.
矢吹君が今夜8時に試合よ。
ああ、それは先日送ってきた招待状じゃよ。ようこ、まさかお前は。
Yeah, she 100% wants to go.
他ならぬ矢吹城の再起第一戦。力石君に代わって見届けたいのです。
Oh yeah. Okay, I took some time to gather my thoughts. Episode 57, another really good one. So Joe is officially on the comeback trail. There was that great scene where he finally sparred with Nishi again. And, despite the fact that he seemed really rusty and he was getting knocked down, Nishi was getting the better of him. He slowly got his bearings, got back up and, showed him what's what. Attacked his body, really, really well, dropped him with what looked like a left blow to the liver, really hurt Nishi. Like, everything seemed like it was going good, and then Nishi thought about it and is like, why did Joe only attack my body over and over again? And then he wanted a second spar to just kind of test it out, whether or not Joe would actually attack the head when he lowered his guard enough to where, like, his face was wide open to attack. And then Joe, like, punched his arms, almost like a hand trap almost, where you manipulate the opponent's arms to, create an opening and then land your own punch. And then he slammed a right home into the body again, not attacking the head despite the fact that it was wide open for attack. It's very interesting. Joe is gun shy, because of the fact, he killed Rikishi in the ring. He's very hesitant to throw a punch to the face on the off chance, it's something that, like that left to Rikishi's right temple that killed him again. So this is a huge problem. Don't get me wrong, attacking the body is a very good thing, but it's not something you do over and over again without, ever attacking the head. You have to switch things up and be opportunistic. If you only do one thing in a fight, your opponent will plan for it. Oh, like so many rounds in, and Joe has done nothing but attack the body. Okay, if he's going to do that, then, it gives me an opening to counter him when he does so. Attacking the body is like putting money in the bank. It will eventually pay off over time, but it's a long-term investment. It's not something that, whereas if Joe were being opportunistic, like what's open to me, that's what I'll hit, then he would have much more success. And again, just doing the same thing over and over again will allow your opponent to plan for what you're doing and respond, and it's a huge, huge problem. Dangpei recognizes it that, he's done for at the competitive level if all he can do is attack the body. Like, if he doesn't have enough killer instinct in him to punch to the face, then he's eventually going to get picked apart. Now, we saw they already have the next fight lined up for Joe. He's supposed to go against some, new rookie. Yoko was racing to the arena because she desperately wants to see Joe fight. Like, everything she said about him, coming back to the ring and actually accomplishing something in service to Rikishi's memory, she really, really meant. And so in a weird way, she's actually rooting for Joe to successfully come back and, become something. But yeah, I look forward to the fight, and I think Dangpei betting on, Joe's wild instincts will pay off. Like, if this rookie really presses Joe and he's got no other choice, he will punch him in the face. Like, I do genuinely believe that Joe's killer instincts will kick in, and he'll overcome this kind of mental block that he currently has about throwing punches to the head. But yeah, I'm very eager to get to the next one, and I'm going to do that right now. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.